Well, it's finally here. No, not the big thing that's supposed to come at some time by the end of spring, Rockstar. You're still not off the hook for that one. But no, the I'm Not a Hipster update, it's here. And in this video, I'm going to show you, me, Jimbothy, going to show you, yourself, all the new shit in Grand Theft Auto 5, in case you haven't logged on already. And the first thing we're going to do is install the I'm Not a Hipster update. See, it's at the bottom of the list. I wonder what's beyond that a little bit. Oh my god, no way! Oh, that's crazy. What is that? Is that Heists? Oh my god, I'm going to try to install it. Holy shit, I can't believe this popped up on my console. Oh my god, no way. Holy fuck. This did not happen. Oh my god! Oh, here we go, guys. I'm going to try installing it. Fuck! So it didn't work. Whatever. Not my fault. So we're going to install the I'm Not a Hipster update instead. And as you can see, there's a lot of new stuff inside the game. First thing I noticed when I went into big mode on the map is that every single player icon, and we know that they have the white and the red, depending on how crazy they are in their mental state. Mine's perma-red, by the way. Don't fuck with me. Now every single player icon that's white or red has their gamer tag identification beside it. I mean, it's alright. I think it's pretty sick, actually, because you can see where the person who probably, like, messed with you last time, or if you have a specific target, you know that they're live streaming, and you want to just mess with their shit to be on their live stream, and then you're like, oh my god, I'm a bigger YouTuber, and they start freaking out because you're like fucking with their live stream shit because you're killing them in game. That happened. Anyway, I like that you can see all your potential targets, potential victims. This is getting into some dark territory here. I can see how it could backfire, though. It does take quite a bit of space on your map in terms of seeing stuff. If you get a lot of people in one area, you end up with just this overlap of fucking gamer tags, and then you're like, well, someone could be hiding underneath the text. How would I know? This shit's all fucked. The next stuff I'm going to show you is the new weapons included in the High Life. Whoops, wrong one. Hipster update. You can simply go into the ammunition, and in the city ones, I might add, you can see this. If you go to Paleto Bay, the John Marston gun is still there. Just saying, no one's ever going to go there. Anyway, at the far corner, we see a pistol, the vintage pistol. It's just an engraved. It's pretty badass. I don't mind it. It's got a very wicked sound to it. I actually kind of love firing it compared to most other guns. This sounds to me a little heftier than the heavy pistol, if you're just asking for my personal opinion, which you weren't. Additionally, you can purchase the antique cavalry knife, which is like one of those cavalry knives that the cavalry, I just like saying cavalry. But if you watch shows like Boardwalk Empire before like it got really fucked up, looking at you, season 2. Hey! In season 1, he was a World War I veteran, and he had what was a knife that was like this. This is sort of the World War I knife that people kept in their boots and stuff, and soldiers used, because it has that broader thing that goes around your knuckles, and yeah, it's really great. I've just been noticing, like, I don't know if you guys have or what, but every time I run into NPCs, they're all hipsters now. They have, well, for the most part, there's a few businessy people, but when I drive around Los Santos, at least today, the whole thing is just hipster. And what you guys really wanted to see, the actual new cars from the I'm Not a Hipster update. We will be covering that after the break, so stay tuned for some vehicular deliciousness coming up in a few seconds. Alright, we're back, and we're going to show you all the new cars inside the I'm Not a Hipster update. They're actually going to be replacing one car in my garage, and it's pretty exciting if you like vehicles, which you do. You got Grand Theft Auto 5. So the first car we'll be covering is the Declassy Rhapsody, aka in real life the AMC Pacer. You might recognize it as Wayne's car from Wayne's World. Party on, Wayne. Party on, Garth. Party on, Bane. Party on, Darth. I just quoted a cracked shirt. I love that website so much. So the Rhapsody's alright. It's actually kind of shitty if I'm not gonna lie. You'll drive it around, but you probably won't enjoy it. The thing that's the defining feature of this car is that it stands out with that hatchback and sort of spherical. I don't even know how to describe the back end, but it's crazy looking. This car is basically a clown car that you can have a lot of fun in. You can actually fully customize almost everything on this car, but I'm going to try to make it more true to how the car was in Wayne's World by giving it a light baby blue paint job with the flames. And then I'm going to just sell it because I don't think I'm going to keep this car. Next up on our hipster hit list, the Benefactor Glendale. The Glendale is, well, it's nothing to scoff at, but it's a fairly substandard car. I don't get the $100,000 plus price tag on it. It doesn't seem to justify how the car actually performs. But again, it's fully customizable, not unlike the Rhapsody as shown earlier. The Glendale's customization options are heavily limited in terms of like what you can actually put onto the hood. You can actually put fully loaded luggage on it, which is pretty hilarious. But other than that, this car isn't that great. I mean, you can have some fun in it, I guess. It's something different, but I'm not going to trade it for my Zentorno any day of the week. I'm going to probably sell it again because I didn't like it as much as I should have. The next vehicle on the docket is the Blade, which is actually pretty cool. You can sort of deck this car out into a lowrider. The back end is super low to the ground, whilst the front end is super high off of it. So you get this weird dynamic. Out of all the cars, it seems like the Blade drives very well compared to the others thus far reviewed. I love the paint schemes you can give this. I gave it a crazy gold paint job with some sort of orange secondary, and it just glistens. I actually kind of love how this car looks. This car is money, yo. Bala in the hood. Fuck. Again, it has a lot of customization options, not unlike the Rhapsody. So you can get pretty crazy with it. I changed the hood up so that we have like the gasser hood, so it's pretty crazy. It looks like a bunch of tubes sticking out of my goddamn car. Super low to the ground. Outfit it with everything you got, and you end up with a pretty crazy looking car. I can't complain about it. I like it. It's pretty dope. It's definitely one of a kind, that's for sure. And performance-wise, it doesn't handle that bad. I'm not gonna lie. Like in corners, it sucks, but like achieving top speed, it's not that bad. And the main problem with the Blade is it doesn't seem to have a lot of traction to the road. So you end up getting like on two wheels, or like you start flipping over just by taking a turn too sharp. And it's a bit jarring to drive that way. The next car we're gonna have a look at is Lampadie Pegali from the Sports Classics menu. I love the headlights on it. I'm just going to be blunt right now. The headlights on it have that awful yellow hue, which makes it like total throwback to like 60s and 70s lighting styles after they've aged so much. With the hood, you can get the hood replaced with a rusted version, which just looks like ass, but actually suits the car very well. You can put full luggage on the top, also put skis on the top, which is just ridiculous. And on the back window, you can actually replace the back window with louvers, which is pretty crazy. I mean, it doesn't suit this car at all. This car is just a mishmash of shit thrown together, in my opinion. And it handles alright. I don't really like it that much. I'm never keeping this car. It doesn't drive that fast, and the handling isn't really worthwhile. But other than that, like, I noticed this car tends to swing a bit more when you're driving it, so you just keep that in warning. It's almost like it's drifting on the road. And with the skis, it looks like it has sort of machine guns or something mounted to the roof, until like someone takes a closer look and they're like, oh, it's just two sets of skis. I'm gonna use that on all the snow that's on the mountain in this game. Alright. Rounding out our car options available is the Pinto. Basically, if you don't know what the Pinto is, it's a smart car. And you think being a smart car, the handling would be absolutely phenomenal, because given that smart cars have smaller bodies, they can actually turn like way quicker. They have more range of motion in turning. It's definitely one of a kind. It is a clusterfuck of a car in terms of what you add onto it, because you just add everything. You add bits and pieces from like what a truck would have, an SUV sort of deal. You add all these skirt options, and then you sticker bomb the fuck out of it so it looks crazy. On the roof, you add the rack of crap, which is the best thing, and it's just luggage and bags. It adds like another 2 feet to your car roof, which is absolutely ridiculous. And for myself, I'm lowering the suspension on this as much as I can, so I want this thing to be as low to the ground as possible, and then I'm gonna give it a terrible paint job. When you sport this thing up with turbo tuning and the works, the engine upgrades, you actually end up with a fairly decent vehicle. I can't complain. It's pretty badass when you take it out on the road, even though it's the smallest car, the little guy of the group. But when you get it all souped up, it actually performs fairly well. I can say for a fact it performs better than the rest of the cars we reviewed that came out with the I'm Not a Hipster update. So I'm going to keep it just because I like how insane this car is. People are just going to drive by me and be like, "You're fucked, buddy." And I'll say, "Yeah, I am." Final vehicle you've all been waiting for, you can purchase off Warstock Cash and Carry. And has a very low-res image that they used for it. And it costs $249,000. It's unlocked at rank 100. The Dubsta 6x6. A vehicle with a third axle. What the hell? And probably the most amount of customization out of any car in this whole update. You can customize the front bumpers, add all these crazy winches and lights and different assemblies onto it. By the end of your customization, I want your Dubsta 6x6 to look like a goddamn monster. I know I'm making mine into one. You just add every single thing they have. They have so many racks of lights that you add, it's absolutely ridiculous. You add the performance parts of turbo tuning and engine upgrades, you end up with something that's pretty fucking fast on the road and extremely deadly. You'll be driving over other people's cars. So for my paint job, I decided I want to go orange, and I'm using the same trick that we'll outline in another video today on how to get pearlescent onto your matte paint so it'll actually end up looking a lot shinier and give it a sort of poppy glow to it. Taking big air with it is always incredible, because you end up having this thing that shouldn't be doing it. But the only way to see if the Dubsta 6x6 is actually worth your while, my friends, as this impervious caterpillar tank that it is to see if it can survive a fall from a height greater than 1,000 feet. Yes! My friends, we are taking it off the mountain and into the skies. And if it survives, then the Dubsta will be worth your money. If it doesn't, then it's just another truck that you can afford not to buy. Using off-road vehicles as our class of car to use in this test. The And That's High has a jump range of around 1,500 feet from the ground. You're almost in the upper atmosphere when you leap off this. We've shown it in previous other videos, but we're going to show it testing the Dubsta 6x6 Custom Edition by Jimbothy today. And how does it stack up? While most cars simply crash and burn on the first hit or flip around and keep falling until they actually explode, the Dubsta seems impervious to damage. I can actually land on its back, which is a no-no for many cars. And in this instance, the Dubsta single-handedly survives. This is a fucking tank caterpillar with that many fucking legs crawling over things. This truck is absolute beast at surviving any type of fall. You'll basically be impervious to damage unless someone's a crack shot and able to clip you from the road. But they better watch out, because that's a high-speed freight train rolling right at them if they're not careful enough. And surviving this fall is actually incredible, considering I've taken most other vehicles down here, and within 3 tries, they all die. The Dubsta hasn't died yet. That being said, I hope you found this video highly informative of the High Life update showing all the new stuff in Grand Theft Auto 5. If you did, leave a like. If you didn't, leave a like anyway. And share this on your social media platforms. It really helps me out. I'm on the road to 200,000 subscribers. That's not just a random interjection. I'm saying if you're new around here, consider subscribing, friend. YouTube.com/McCallahan Industries. There you'll find lots of Grand Theft Auto 5 goodness. And you can also follow me on Twitter at the Jimbothy. I'm also on twitch.tv/the Jimbothy as well, if you want to follow me on Twitch for live streams when they happen. Guys, that's it for this update. Hope you found it very informative and got to buy some crazy stuff. I want to see what you guys purchased and how you tricked your vehicles out. So if you got Twitter, tweet me out a picture. Can't wait to see you guys in the next video. Next time we show you how to get gold paint. Where's this $1 million paint job? I don't know. Ask Crazy Teddy about it. In years, grinding out Rooftop Rumble until all your hairs fall out of your head.